G'day! Today we continue on from Island 9 here and jump on to Island 10, which triggers the second last achievement I had, which was make it to Island 10. So the next one after this is Island 21, so long break till we see another achievement. Okay, we have a goldfield over here, we have a statue over here, so I'm going to go normal houses this side, and they can take advantage of the overhang. And then I guess my mansion's over here, no overhang. Or I could go fields over there. Maybe I'll go fields and try and go sort of a bit more both in this area. Let's have a look. I do feel like I can swing a seaweed farm pretty well. So I will start with one of them. My last game I did seem to have a lot of success. Seaweed farm being real early. Good, I'm glad to see we got a lot of seaweed fields in that one. It would have been nice if we got second seaweed farm to put down too. So that was the issue I had last time. I got about 5 seaweed farms. So I think that what we want to do is try and put these guys a little bit around the corner, but I mean, even if like I put one here, he's still going to be seen out that way. So let's start off with one prominent. I'm going to go there. And we want our second one just enough around that you can't see that guy. So there. Now, at this point, from previous levels, I'm reluctant to jump straight into the city pack at this point because I'm spending everything that I've got to progress to the next round. I have a feeling that, well, I had one level not too long ago where I had the issue that where I had to put mansions amongst my regular town. And for that reason, held off an extra one for them. But luckily, it's I've now put myself in a position where we're all comfortable that we can sort of place these guys and not have too much drama. So if we place this guy correctly, we can get 28 for him. I mean, if I put another mason down, we could possibly get even more. So if we put a mason, say there, can we get him into the picture? We can, but this guy's going to be so far from the monument. But I think that's okay. I don't think I can sneak another mason in that picture. So we're going to put him all the way over here. Since these guys don't care about the masons at all, that just invites us to make this our regular town. And being right underneath the rock, giving it an overhang option, definitely be a good thing. So if we just swing this guy just enough this way, basically what we want to have is that he's going to get the negative of one of these guys but not the other. So just in there. He's now missing the that guy. 7 there. Ruin pack. Now the brewery is a little bit different to the other fields because the brewery can just be taken advantage. Well, firstly, you can go on sand, while the other fields can't. But also, it can be a resort hotel will really like it. But if that's then near other fields and things, it won't like it. So keep that in mind. I think I'll just do the mansions a bit further this way. Although I don't want the two towns stacked on each other. So more consideration to go into that. Do have a shaman. Yeah, that guy could see both of those. It'd be a really nice get, but just slightly too far away from each other. Alright, is there anywhere where they makes them really happy? I mean, there's that 21, but that's going to be there and probably get better. What we'll go for is this one. Because that then allows us to have some guys that can see both, and we can start to build some nice benefits for them. You slot into that gap. No? Come on, there's enough space in there, surely. There it is. Now what this is also going to give us is that if we get a temple on this, even if we're getting only 3 for, say, these guys, I know that if we continue to hook the town around these ways, they'll benefit from those. So that 3 is more an investment in the houses that will get more. And also if we put a temple there, I think a temple gets 25 per mason. So a temple on that wall will also be very happy. So this guy we want to give some good range around. I want to put his hop fields in. Mill will do similar. We'll pull him a bit. Actually, no, let's go the sawmill. So, because I've put the brewery over that way, I don't... This is more where I want to have my resort oasis. So, lumberjacks, we sort of want to pull further away this way. So we can see the best we can get for him is 13. 13 there. A little bit close to town, but it's okay. And we'll put this guy as far that way. No, we'll go as far this way as he can get. Because there's more trees over here, so we can have a lumberjack there that can score points from trees as well as being near him. Alright. Mansions are going to be quite removed from that guy. I can hold off planting them still. I think I'll go for that. And we'll go for this guy instead. $19 isn't huge. That we could probably use to hold off a bit longer. These guys getting big numbers though for seeing all 3 of those, the masons and the town hall, which is definitely nice. So 23 that we can now get with him, but we can get something for this guy having a field. So the choice is, do we want to plant 1 fountain this side, get 23 for him, and sort of progress to the next level, or do we want to just start building our mansions? So there's only really like a fine line of guys that are going to benefit from both of these, but let's take advantage of those. So we can see we're going to get -2 for him, but I actually think there's value in that. If we take a -2 for him, we lose 2, but then it means that any of these guys that come in, we can they can see both of these guys. We won't have one hug them fully because we want them to have as many guys that we can sort of hook around it as possible. And you can see the value that that -2 has then given us for all the houses that have come after. So again, similar. If I could get this guy, I mean, he's going to be quite negative on that wall. Take a 1 over there, but I'm not sure I'm recalling correctly how far the church can, the temple can see. I can tell you there's some other buildings that are going to really like them being so crowded. And -5 is not that bad. Knowing that every house near him will get 2. Quite like. I just don't want him in a spot where he's going to push the height requirement of the temple up any higher. Or any other building that sort of comes in that spot. As they continue to roll around that hill, they can see 3 of them, which is quite nice. So put those guys in because they're pretty much a gimme. So we know where they're going and what we're going to get from them. So 16. And if we put that guy there. That's not bad. Right there. Essentially for the eventual things that we could get by putting so many of those on this one mountain is sort of the plan with him. This was the plan with this guy, that hook him over this side, not see that guy and get a decent score for him. Now I think these guys would also benefit from having a plateau in place. Again, you can see that we can just get huge money from just having them, having that down here surrounded by the masons. That's not even seeing all of them. 52 for a plateau is insane. Do houses benefit from sitting on a plateau? Because if so, I think that's all the convincing I need. Just not sure if I drop the hammer on that now or I just wait to see if I can otherwise get to this next level. Placing these guys that I can you sneak in there? 16, yeah. That's gonna ruin the aesthetic, but okay. Now towers, I'm pretty sure like plateaus. Talk to me. Do you like plateaus? 3, they like plateaus. You like plateaus. 6, they love plateaus. Also use a plateau to have a seaweed farm. Sort of sneak into there. So I don't want to use this guy until I've got, say, a water plateau that I can drop him on all the way out that way. So we've sort of used up all our access to those guys. drop him there. So these guys then also benefit. And I mean, these guys also start to benefit because there's a... they start to encounter the... statue back that way as well. So say a wall plateau back here, really, one of these guys pay for themselves. 19. 29 in there. But it's very central for a warehouse that I think some things don't overly like. 12. 29, 33. So we've now got enough guys over here that they'll mountains are happier around their rich folk. And then their rich folk can be happier around them. Statue. Also intentionally we can have these guys sort of start to flow that way. If we can have a temple that can see both towns or a market that's going to see both towns, it's all beneficial. 40 for that guy. It's taken me back to the 29. Would a temple not like that? Okay. Because these guys don't have a city center at all. There's plenty of stuff that's not liked. So I think, yeah, we'll go this way. And we'll slide him up as far as we can get him. If we're lucky, we can have some mansions that will be able to see both. $52 there. So there's definitely a lot of room where we can put more houses in that area, and we're getting 4 per. So we'll wait, just keeping him in mind, and try and put a few more houses around him if we can afford them. 37. Okay, so gold mine, we'll put it on the factory side of things over here. Six, that's as good as we can get there. Between the fountain and that, or can we get it this way? A lot of wasted land just right around this guy. Possibly means we can cram a tower in there, though. You fit in that gap? Not to the benefit of seeing both things. One, 36, 46, and we can wedge him into that gap. Yeah, we'll take that. Alright, another seaweed field. Another mason. Now, unlike a lot of other things, these guys also like being near fellow fellow plateaus. So we can get 32. We can't get anywhere near as good as the 50 that we got from the other guy. This guy starts to benefit a little bit more from being able to see 3 things he likes. So we can get him for nothing and then put a plateau say next to him. So we got another market that... Oh, actually, that's not another market, it's our first market. We can land an 80 for being on this side of town. And what we want to do is drift him as far as he can go. Because then we can put one on the other side. So if we put him there, it means that we could put a second market on this side. Although we've already got a warehouse on that side, it would be that we'd want to figure out the warehouse problem with that later. There we go. We can figure it out right now. So, warehouse on this side would be 11. Now, the reason that that's sort of a problem to put the warehouse on this side is that it means that if we were to get another market, that market's got to go on this side of town, the opposite of where that warehouse is. So, I know some guys don't like warehouses too. Let's see, if I put him there, he's too far away from any other potential market coming in. 38 for that is pretty good though. And what am I getting for things 8? So while this is a 0 that I'm possibly picking up for him if I put him further around, can I get him higher for a 2? $46 for that. The negative of what I'm doing with those is I'm just standing them on existing land, so we're not like gaining earth from them. 46 for that guy is a really nice get, but we will try and hold out a little bit longer. Let's get 12 for putting this guy out in the forest. Okay, the tower's like the masons as well, so can we get this guy up a hill? Happy to be with the masons. Because he's so far up the hill as well, it actually means that we can get another guy pretty close to him. So I reckon 49 there is probably... The one extra point is worth having that guy so much further removed. I haven't placed the circus yet either. No, ooh, I was going to say, I realize I've possibly blocked out his spot. So 52 there. 24 for a house there is very nice. Get 19, we can get 24 there, but that's then blocking into that other guy's space. $18, 19... 25, 64. There's our temple. Also, one of the other things we're holding out for was more hop fields to benefit our park placement over here. Because now we can get 14 parks. So those parks have to be very particularly placed. So let's pull him back up and say we can put him there. Because then the parks can be in this area. See them all a little bit easier. Now every time we place those as well, we up this guy's value. So he's now up to 66, but I do know that we get a lot of parks. And that's part of the benefit here. As you can see, he's getting 5 per park. We're going to need to place one of him. We can potentially place the second one on that side afterwards. In fact, I don't even think the resorts hate each other, so we could do 2 anyway. Okay, so this guy, he's not going to be too happy about his placement. He's definitely not going up there. So we'll take 7 for him. This guy, we can get 14 if we just drop him south. 2 more houses. So knowing where we want this guy to go, in there, can we fit these guys further north? Some happy scores. There's 18 there. Another city center. 31 for a city center back there. It's quite nice. Can we actually get him even more surrounded? Like 39, 43. So if we're putting him there for 43, possibly means that we can then... Well, they don't like masons, so we're not gaining too much for those. But 43 for a single placement for that guy, quite good. I guess it's over this way we can get 21s for those houses. So we'll keep that in mind, that sort of these beachfront properties over here, if we can get another city centre and put it somewhere down here, they'll benefit from it. Still amazes me how little this guy's worth. 43, there's as good as we're going to see. 72 though from him. Yeah, let's lock him in. Second one's going to be up there somewhere, I'd say. Or if we might hold out that second one until we get to an overhang. So I just saw a 43. I think 43 is going to be... Wedge him up there. Cool. Alright, second gold store. All we got to do is just have him not looking at the other guy and not seeing those commoners on the other side. So 46. So knowing he's 46 and he gets 5 per house, what we now want to do is just place more houses, just not in that spot there, but seeing everything else around. Not sure he's the best shape for going in there. That's the best spot, the one that we can't use. 13, let's take it. $61 now. Now we know that these huts are going to like, or that rather the huts will like being placed near him, but they're only worth 2, so it's how many of those huts we end up getting. I mean, well, we can put that for, also put a plateau out there for him. But I'll bet on getting more of those, so we'll try and see if we can. I think 8's as good as we're going to see him. Shift him as far that way as we can. Racking up 8. The circuses actively don't like those guys, so that'll make it a little bit trickier. I don't think there's anything else that's so horrifically opposed to seeing both. Let's give it that tiny little bit, because I think that those 10s are worth the amount there. Alright, we can see the stuff over there that we don't want, so we have put the temple in a little bit of a rough position to try and find a nice placement. But as the two towns are coming together, we're getting some nice scores in these middle locations. Haven't placed that guy yet, so I think as long as we're getting 14s for him, that's alright, but anything lower than that, probably not. Okay. So there's our water plateaus, and we've got 2 of them. So firstly, if we put one here... No, let's look at this guy again. So, oh, we don't have the shaman at the moment anyway. So this guy, if we put him there, he'll give us a real nice score. So let's put this guy just there. Slightly off, but I can operate him a bit more central than I think I was giving that credit for. So if we give it in just a spot where we've got a bit more room to wiggle him about. Gone way too high there, haven't I? Alright, let's move him up again. It's annoying because it's such an awkward shape that this thing is that I can't sort of do my really light adjustments. Possibly what I want to do is then just put this guy, say, over here and see what the second one is. Oh good, it's the same awkward shape. Alright, so if we go back and we say put this guy here and then just interlock this guy. And then that allows us to... But then I discover that I've put them both up way too high. Come on, there's a spot that this works. Alright, let's put this guy here. Come on. We all saw it. Don't make me concede and take 58. A lowly 58. Oh, fine. That's what you've done to me. I don't think we can get another guy on the edge to get a similar number, but we can possibly get him in there to do that. We'll still grab 38 for him. Absolutely nothing to sneeze at when it comes to seaweed farms. Okay. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So we go this way for this guy. 23. So I can't pull him into the water any further. So 23 just there is as good as we'll get for him. But then we can get 29 for these guys down this way. Temple. $24 there. And can we get a second attachment to him? Firstly, what happens if we just put this guy right on that? 99, 124. Because you can see the plateau. Like, the plateau is doing a huge amount of lifting there. So just out of curiosity, if I switch this to this side, and say just put that there, so he's... No, it's going to have to be exposed so the whole thing can be seen. So what we're doing is we're just putting him in a place where he can see all of these masons in the two plateaus. Just give me the number. Come on. I was gonna say I could just place a second plateau to try and work it out, but I realize that would mean that one of those plateaus would then be permanently in place. So let's go there. Minus 40. Oh, he's not getting far enough over this way. Okay. So, now let's see if I can recreate Miracle and find that spot where it let me place him for 124. No, because I've pulled him too far from that plateau. Let's make the minor adjustments. Then that's way less if I've got him too far that he can see the warehouse. So I should have just accepted what I found there. The gamble is if I place that, then my other one is permanent. Like, that's worth 9. I mean, I can genuinely put him on the ground and rack up 45. Is that worth 9? Oh, it's the tavern he doesn't like. I mean, 83. It's such a bummer that I had it. I had 120 something. Alright, 83 it is. We will go for... try and extend the second one off him. I mean, I don't think that spot's overly valuable either. Hey, we do have a second resort oasis just... oh no, it's the same one oasis we still haven't placed. Third one of these guys. 22, but again, it's got to be somewhere where he's going to benefit a market getting placed on this side. So... either he can see those, or he can see those. Or... he can fit there and... he then sees the other one, so he gets negative 15 a second time, so that doesn't seem worth it. 8 does not seem worth it either. 15. Alright, we'll go 15 here. On the assumption that that will still be close enough to see a market placed up this way. 32 for a standard house is incredible. As well. Alright, so... I think I always forget, balloons don't like temples, as much as it seems like something that would be a great crossover. 47? Circus is now going to be pretty unhappy with new things that have come in. So, well, I mean, as well as just the old circus being in place. So we'll take 32 for the circus. Sawmill. We can grab 15 for courtesy of that warehouse being in place. Can he reach the other warehouse from this warehouse? Can. Can have 21 for that guy. Just have 2 levels to benefit. Yeah. $40. These plateaus are just crazy. They're just sort of... it's the first time I feel like I've played plateaus as just a major point to score money from. Yeah, if we can get these guys right, we can benefit from them being able to see 2 guys. We haven't even started with our... usually I've got like plans to jump straight in with wall plateaus. And this time I've held to just the one. If I could get that one off that one, that would be real handy. But I think instead what we'll do is we'll plant that one. Then try and get this one off that one. It's just very high. Probably the issue with that. But these guys can get some insane scores for being up on these plateaus. So it's almost like these are just reserved for houses. They're not reserved for mansions because mansions can't see really as far as they need to. I mean, there they can. I've seen the I don't know, whatever this. Actually, let's pull that guy out then. I'll put this guy on that one. And then I'll put this guy on this one because he seems to be way happier on the lower one. This guy can still go on the lower thing. He'll just be piercing through. 47. How far out can we go? Still grab us a nice 47. 47 on that side. We'll take that. Now, those are getting 11s, whereas over here we can get 20s. So let's take the bigger numbers for framing these cities. And the walls don't mind them either, so okay, so this shaman, we get 3 for him. What did that shaman like that was giving him 5? The monument. So again, we're not going to pick up too much for him, but we could alternatively score get a 32 out of him for being able to see all of those guys, which I think is worth more than the 2 that we would gain from these guys per one. And we're at a point where those guys can't see all 4. We can if we go on that side. I'll take that 14. Can this guy see all the way over there? He can. So that goes up to 76. At this point, feeling quite confident that we're gonna make it to our next island. That doesn't feel unobtainable. Okay, so let's scooch this guy in so he gets the 30, because there's no point in placing him up here unless we're getting those big points. These guys are insane. Like, the idea that you're just your standard houses are racking up that much for you. Can you actually fit up there? Yeah. Alright, so again, I don't think that these guys object to other resort oases. So that's now 70, 76, 74, like they can both gain. I probably don't want to use the long skinny ones. They're good enough that they usually will fit somewhere. We otherwise wouldn't expect to be able to get too much. 25 for gardens in there. Take it. I gotta remember I've used a long skinny one there because I could fit another one on the inside of him. Well, 29, I think I saw up there. This feels like one of the more successful layouts Roaches have had. So we currently have 2 towers, both of them are on the other side of town. But he's seeing if he's there. 44, 53, 60. 63, and then he hits. So 63 there. Oh, we got another hop field too. $80. Okay, so another city center. If we place him out this way, he will also benefit these guys. So what we can do is we can just place a lone plateau out there. Put him there, and then these guys are now up to 35 for that area placement. Oh, there's my long skinny one that I could put in there. Yeah, I think on this side what we can do is just put a few of these guys just amongst the trees. Getting them up to 100. But 21 even with seeing that guy. I suppose if we push a little bit out we can get 29. Let's bring him as far down that way as we can. I realised too that now there's another barley field in this, we can sort of add 14. They are all still in view. Need 6? Yeah, I'll take 26. Put this guy right up against the shaman. They're starting to lose their sort of head of steam. Okay. Get 25 for seeing those three. 7 for seeing those lot. What do you think? Do you like fishermen? You do. Okay, so let's bring one right into shore. Should have put a guy on that side. No, it doesn't matter. You just bring another one in there as well. Okay. Oh, we've still got another round, so we can continue to, like, if I've gone this long and not yet had to place a house, it's always a good sign that we're gonna be rolling pretty deep. Alright, 19. It is funny that we've now got houses where sort of our town's now big enough that we're finally getting this mason into the action as well. $11. Do we get a... Yeah, as I said, we wedge you between both of those. All three. There you go, 19. Someone can actually use the plateaus. 42. So again, just placing plateaus just for the money of placing the plateaus. But it does also give me a spot to put my mansions, I realize. Like, if I can get that where there's a mansion that's seeing at least 2 of them, it's good money. Seaweed farm off the jump as well, so it does not hurt. So 10 on that side. 14. And 18 for creeping right in there is real good. Well, I think it's time. I think we have reached the point of the oases. So if we go 104 that way, as far as he can go before he loses anything. And 102. And the success of those two as well means that we have made it to the next island. He even benefits from being closer to the resorts. Brewery does not care for them. Like I said, we still haven't even used the 25, 49. Far out. I haven't even used the huts yet. But I think the huts come in before the walls. 39? 39. I think, although possibly it's just the one guy. It's going to be 39. Alright, finally we have our second market. So, position of this market, if he can see all three warehouses, which he can't get all the way over to that other one, but instead what he's going to have to suffer, or like settle for, is just 132-ish. So, I mean, I guess that's okay. The hop field. Hop fields are raking it in. Okay, so this guy, he can gain 16, 21 for just being up that way. But I can get him 16 all the way down here. So what I think that means is that we go 1, 2. Not get any closer. One, 2. We'll go, and then go 24. For him there, and then we can put that guy there. So these guys also love being near the resorts, which actually suggests that maybe I should have put the like having a resort and then just surrounding it with parks would also have been a worthwhile move. Sawmill, like the factories. Yep. Second tavern. So one tavern was over near that, so he's just there. So can we sneak a second tavern in under there somewhere? 43 if we get him in there. 45 if he's out back, because he can see 3 town halls. Fields. $10. Crazy. This now is definitely, I feel like as we're going through, I'm starting to figure out the best use of so many parks. I feel like I'm getting too much out of these guys. Ah, that's right. It's over here that I wanted to use them, wasn't it? But really just in a place where you can see the other fields. way more farming fields than I would have ever expected to get. Still insane numbers for these houses. I suppose it's because they're now encountering another town hall that was just put there strategically for something completely different. So, I mean, there's room for a shaman in there, but again, it's just 2 points. Get 15 him to go on this side. I've got 13 houses, so the 2 points that I'll actually get for these guys seems way more worth it. Farming plateau. There's value in that guy, so we won't just set him up yet. Nothing, just straight plateau. That I think if we put... No, I can't because I've put that guy there. 28. If I sort of try and squeeze him in there, it means that any mansion on those corners will see like the 3 of them and be happier. $37, $40. It is funny that, like, the value of what feels of a tower, how rare they are, and picking up 40 for that and going, yeah, that's solid, and then having just like, alright, now let me get back to my 10 huts as I place them for 40 each. And we've sort of positioned all these guys that there's no more an official location. If we get another one of these mills, if we put him in the center, you can see so many fields that hit the jackpot. Right, that green. I'm gonna wedge him right in somewhere over here where probably can't place anything else, like on the sand. This guy will. If I can wedge him in there, suggesting that I perfectly separated these guys and that guy to that wedge. That tells you the sort of luck and run that I'm going for at the moment. Okay, so if we roll this guy up far enough that he can only see one of those 3 guys. Yeah, I'm willing to call this the most successful single run of single island of Islanders I think I've ever played. This is dream level stuff. It was a lot of green grass I was given to work with though. Yeah, just keep throwing those extra huts in. This is 0. I mean, I think it's worth it. I think it's 0 for that guy to increase the worth of everyone else. More fields. Mansions. So this is where we're going to see how this pays off. 12. Get a 12 for a lumberjack this late in the game. Sure, let's take it. The fish is also now going to like the fact that there's so many huts there, so we can get a decent score from him, and those remaining huts can benefit from his existence as well. Assume a fountain over this way. No. 18, 13, 19. There is a fountain just there. 33. Nine. Yeah. 22 walls. Alright, so these guys are basically just going to benefit from being able to see each other. Yeah. As long as these guys are happy to have their houses on the sand. As long as they're sure about it. 25. It's 25 as well. 20. I'm really disappointed I can't fit one just in that little gap there in the middle. 25 I think was our winner. I'll take 17. Alright, now the walls. So, is there anywhere that we've left a really good wall spot? There was one that I'd say was a little intentional. Well, I was aware that it was going to refit someone. Ideally, we don't want to be placing these walls near where we've got other things still going on. 6. 10. Sure. More fields. 21 walls. And I mean, like, this is all really where we're still building up that way. Oh, welcome market. Okay. So, far enough this way. 34, 39. I think we're going to take 39. $27. Yeah, alright, let's take 27. So now these guys are going to start objecting to being near the walls. As we do just around the town. But we will keep getting more things because we've got so many walls that we'll probably build for a while. Like we'll keep getting more options of things to keep building. There we go. So I held out in the hopes that we would see another resort oasis, and we've done it. $117. I mean, a game where you've set yourself up that you've got the ability to drop, like, still have something that's going to give you that sort of score this late is it's wild. So good to know that the huts don't care about the walls. Yeah, we'll just send him a little bit further north. Lumberjack. I don't want to send you north to ruin these guys' positive vibes. Let's just send you down there. And 30. And you do like being near a fountain as well. So if we back these guys into them, are they backing into the market to be happy? No, I think they're just backing into the plateau to be happy. Did I leave enough gap on that end to... It's anywhere here. $13, $18, or an $18, there we are. Oh, we finished strong here. The amount of few extra 1,000 points I think we've ended up with on the closing sections of this one. Well, running out of spots here. I think this is where we just start to wall up the gardens. This is shamans don't care about the walls. 13 that side, 22 there. Oh, these guys like the fields too. Alright, well. Got something I can sell you. I'll take an 11 for one of them. A 14 for a couple of walls as well. If I put him up far enough, I should be able to fit a second guy in there. And that'll finish us. Well, yeah. Like I said, I think that is possibly the most successful layout, execution, and continue to go possibly any level I've played. Yeah, alright. That's level 10. Next time we'll be on to Island 11, which on my first run through was as far as I got. So definitely eager to see how I do on that one. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.